Whitney Bates and Zach Bates have officially reached another unforgettable milestone in their growing family as the Bringing Up Bates couple welcomes their sixth child. The exciting news has brought a wave of happiness to fans who have followed Whitney and Zach's journey for years. From their early days as a young married couple to raising a large family together, the Bates family has continued to share many of life's biggest moments with their supporters. And now, their family has grown once again with the arrival of baby number 6. For Whitney and Zach, welcoming another child is more than simply adding another member to the family. It represents another chapter in a journey that has already included years of marriage, parenting, challenges, celebrations, and countless memories with their children. Whitney has often been open about the realities of motherhood and family life, and becoming a mother of 6 marks a major new chapter for her. With each new addition, the Bates household becomes even busier, louder, and more full of personality. This latest arrival is expected to bring an entirely new dynamic to the family as the older children adjust to having another little sibling. The birth of a baby is always an emotional moment, but for a family as large as the Bates family, the excitement can quickly spread across multiple generations. Whitney and Zach are not only celebrating privately as parents, but their newest baby also becomes another beloved member of the extended Bates family. Fans of Bringing Up Bates know that family has always been at the center of Whitney and Zach's story. Their relationship, their children, and their connection with the wider Bates family have been major parts of the reality television franchise. Because of that, news of baby number 6 naturally became a moment that longtime viewers were eager to follow. Whitney and Zach have already experienced the transformation that comes with becoming parents multiple times. But every baby brings something different. Every pregnancy has its own emotions, every delivery creates new memories, and every child develops a unique place within the family. Now, with their 6th child finally here, Whitney and Zach are stepping into another season of parenthood. The arrival also gives fans a chance to reflect on just how much the couple's family has changed over the years. What began as a young marriage has grown into a household filled with children, responsibilities, traditions, and countless family memories. For Whitney, motherhood has become a defining part of her life. Raising 6 children means balancing the needs and personalities of several young family members at the same time, while also making room for the newest baby to receive the attention and love every newborn needs. And for Zach, becoming a father of 6 represents another major milestone. The couple now faces the familiar but never simple challenge of adjusting their daily routine around a newborn. Sleepless nights, feeding schedules, diaper changes, comforting a crying baby, and helping older siblings understand the needs of their newest family member will all become part of their everyday life. But those difficult moments also come with some of the most meaningful memories. There is something uniquely emotional about watching an older sibling meet a new baby for the first time. For Whitney and Zach, those family interactions are likely to become some of the memories they treasure most from this chapter. The arrival of baby number 6 also raises plenty of excitement among fans about the newest Bates family member. Supporters naturally want to know every detail, from the baby's name and birth story to how Whitney is feeling after delivery and how the older children are reacting to their new sibling. Whenever a large family welcomes another baby, the questions begin almost immediately. Who does the baby look like? How are the siblings handling the change? What has the first few days been like? And most importantly, how is the new mother doing? For Whitney, the postpartum period will be a time of recovery and adjustment. After carrying and delivering a baby, a mother needs time to rest, heal, and adapt to the demands of caring for a newborn. At the same time, Whitney already has 5 other children who need their mother's attention. That balance can be incredibly demanding. Yet Whitney and Zach have experience navigating the busy world of raising a large family. Their journey has shown fans that parenting is rarely predictable. Some days are filled with laughter and special memories, while other days require patience, flexibility, and a lot of teamwork. Their 6th baby now becomes part of that ongoing journey. And while the birth itself is the headline, the story does not end there. In many ways, the real adventure is just beginning. A newborn changes the rhythm of an entire household. Even simple routines can suddenly become complicated. Meals, school, activities, bedtime, family outings, and personal time all have to be reorganized around the needs of the newest little one. For Whitney and Zach, this is something they have experienced before, but that does not make it easy. Every baby has a different personality and different needs. One child may sleep easily, while another may wake frequently. One may be calm and quiet, while another demands constant attention. That unpredictability is one of the realities of raising children, and Whitney and Zach are now discovering what their newest family member will bring to their lives. The emotional side of the moment is just as important. After months of pregnancy, anticipation, and waiting, finally holding a newborn can be overwhelming for parents. It is the moment when all of the preparation becomes real. Whitney and Zach can now look at their sixth child and begin imagining the years ahead. They will watch this baby grow from a newborn into a toddler, then a child, and eventually an adult with a personality and story of their own. For fans who have watched the Bates children grow up, another baby entering the family can also feel like a continuation of a much bigger story. The Bates family has become known for celebrating milestones together, and the arrival of a new baby is one of the biggest milestones of all. As congratulations continue to pour in, Whitney and Zach now have the opportunity to enjoy these precious early moments before their newest child begins growing and changing almost every day. Baby number 6 has officially joined the family, and with that arrival comes a brand new chapter for Whitney, Zach, and all of their children. But the biggest question now is how the family will adjust to life with 6 children, and what Whitney and Zach will reveal about the emotional journey that brought them to this moment. That is where this story gets even more interesting. The arrival of Whitney Bates and Zach Bates' 6th baby marks a major turning point for their growing family, but for Whitney, the story is about much more than simply announcing that another child has been born. Every new baby changes a family in a different way, and this time, Whitney and Zach are welcoming their newest little one into a household where 5 older siblings are already part of the picture. That means the arrival of baby number 6 is likely to create a mixture of excitement, curiosity, adjustment, and plenty of activity inside the Bates home. For the older children, meeting a new sibling can be an unforgettable experience. They have spent months hearing about the baby, watching their mother's pregnancy progress, and waiting for the moment when the newest member of their family would finally arrive. Now that moment has happened. The baby is no longer simply someone they have heard about. The newest Bates family member is now physically present, and the older siblings have a chance to begin forming their own relationship with the new baby. That relationship will continue to change as the children grow together. For Whitney and Zach, one of the most important parts of this transition will be helping their older children understand that the new baby does not replace anyone or take away from the love they receive from their parents. Large families often require parents to become experts at balancing attention. With 6 children, that balance becomes even more important. A newborn naturally requires an enormous amount of care. Feeding, sleeping, changing, soothing, and simply holding the baby can consume much of a parent's time. At the same time, older children continue to need emotional support, guidance, encouragement, and attention. Whitney now has to navigate that balance once again. And although she has already experienced motherhood many times, each new stage brings its own challenges. The birth of a 6th child can also create a completely different family dynamic. The older children are no longer simply younger siblings themselves. Some may now take on small responsibilities around the baby, while others may be fascinated by every little movement and sound. For Zach, becoming a father of 6 also means another major increase in responsibility. His role is not only about providing for the family, but also about supporting Whitney as she recovers from childbirth and helping maintain stability for the children. The early days after a baby arrives can be exhausting for both parents. Sleep becomes unpredictable, schedules can change from one day to the next, and even basic household tasks can suddenly feel much more difficult. That is why having a strong partnership becomes especially important. Whitney and Zach have spent years building their family together, and this latest milestone gives them another opportunity to rely on each other. While fans are naturally focused on the excitement of the birth, there is also an important reality behind every newborn announcement. A mother needs time to recover. Pregnancy and childbirth can place tremendous demands on the body, and the postpartum period is a significant transition. Whitney now has to care for herself while also caring for a newborn and managing life with 5 older children. That makes this period both joyful and demanding. Fans who have followed Whitney for years may understand why this moment is particularly meaningful. She has experienced the highs and lows of motherhood publicly, and every pregnancy has brought another chapter to her story. Now, with 6 children, Whitney's identity as a mother has entered another stage. There is also something special about seeing a family grow beyond what many people might have imagined during its earliest years. When Whitney and Zach first began their life together, they could not have known exactly what the future would look like. Over time, their family expanded, and each child became part of a larger story. Today, that story includes 6 children. For a long time Bringing Up Bates viewers, this is another reminder of how quickly time passes. Children who were once introduced to viewers as babies eventually become toddlers, school-age children, teenagers, and young adults. Meanwhile, the family continues to welcome new generations. The arrival of baby number 6 therefore represents both a new beginning and a continuation of the Bates family story. And as fans celebrate the birth, many are also looking forward to learning more about the newborn. One of the biggest points of interest is the baby's name. The Bates family has often attracted attention for the names chosen for their children, and whenever a new baby arrives, fans immediately become curious about what the parents decided to call their newest family member. The name becomes one of the first pieces of the child's identity shared with the public. Fans are also interested in the baby's birth story. Was the delivery smooth? How long was labor? How did Whitney feel when she first held the baby? How did Zach react? What did the older siblings say when they met the newborn? These are the kinds of details that turn a simple birth announcement into a much more personal family story. For Whitney and Zach, however, the most important part is likely not what fans want to know, but simply having the opportunity to enjoy their baby. The first days of a newborn's life pass incredibly quickly. One moment parents are holding a tiny newborn for the first time, and before they realize it, the baby is smiling, sitting up, crawling, and eventually taking those first steps. For parents who already have several children, there can be an even stronger awareness of how quickly childhood passes. Whitney and Zach have already experienced that transformation 5 times. They know how quickly newborn days disappear. That may make these early moments with baby number 6 even more meaningful. At the same time, the newest arrival could also bring a renewed sense of closeness among the siblings. Growing up with 5 siblings means this child will have a built-in group of people around them from the very beginning. There will likely be shared birthdays, family celebrations, holidays, inside jokes, disagreements, games, and countless memories. The older siblings will have the chance to watch the baby grow, while the baby will eventually grow up surrounded by brothers and sisters who have already experienced many of the same family traditions. That is one of the unique parts of growing up in a large family. There may be chaos, noise, and plenty of competing personalities, but there is also the possibility of a very strong family bond. For Whitney and Zach, raising 6 children means creating an environment where every child feels seen and valued. That can be challenging. With more children comes more schedules, more activities, more personalities, and more responsibilities. Parents have to learn when to step in, when to give independence, and how to make time for individual children. It is a constant balancing act. But it is also a journey filled with moments that parents remember forever. A child's first smile, the first time an older sibling holds the baby, the first family photo with all 6 children, the first holiday together, the first birthday, the first time the baby says a sibling's name. These moments may seem small at the time, but they eventually become the memories that define a family's history. And for Whitney and Zach, this latest chapter is beginning now. The birth of baby number 6 also means that their family story is continuing beyond the years that viewers may have already witnessed. Bringing Up Bates introduced audiences to a family that was already large, but over time, the children began creating families of their own. That has transformed the Bates family from one household into a much larger extended family. Whitney and Zach's newest child becomes part of that expanding generation. The baby will grow up surrounded not only by siblings and parents, but also by grandparents, aunts, uncles, and cousins. For the Bates family, those extended family connections have always been significant. Whenever a new baby arrives, it is not simply one household celebrating. It becomes a family-wide milestone. The arrival of Whitney and Zach's sixth child, therefore, gives the entire Bates family another reason to celebrate. And while fans may be eager for more updates, the early days should also be a reminder that Whitney deserves time to rest and recover. The excitement of social media can sometimes move faster than real life. A birth announcement can happen in an instant online, but behind that announcement is a mother recovering, parents adjusting, and a family learning a new routine. That is why the most meaningful part of this story may simply be the fact that Whitney and Zach can now begin enjoying their newest child. 6 children, 6 individual personalities, 6 different journeys, and one family trying to navigate it all together. The road ahead will undoubtedly bring challenges, but it will also bring countless new memories. As Whitney settles into life as a mother of 6, fans will likely continue watching for updates about the baby, the siblings, and the family's adjustment to this exciting new chapter. But one thing is already clear. The Bates family has grown again, and Whitney and Zach's story as parents is entering one of its biggest chapters yet. The arrival of their 6th child is not the end of the journey. It is the beginning of another one. And as the family settles into this new reality, there will be many more moments for Whitney and Zach to celebrate, many more lessons to learn, and many more memories to create with their 6 children. For now, though, the focus remains on the newest little member of the family and the joy that has come with this long-awaited arrival. After years of watching Whitney and Zach build their family one child at a time, fans now have another reason to celebrate with them. Baby number 6 is finally here, and the Bates family has officially entered a brand new chapter.